multi here earlier that got them in, turned into a triple then for some remaining time. Can he go massive? You're not able to win it here if you're Optic Texas. Break for breach, and it might be done. Here to the big gunfights around the point, but so far, Shotzi and company still able to stay on top. We'll see how many kills he can push this out to. Map is flipped, as you said. They've had a couple clutch moments. You think about some of their comeback hardpoint wins over this qualifier. They're looking to get another one done now.
Oh, but they split. You see number 6 and number 8. Now it's what do you want to do? Do you want to fight for the 9 here or just play for stage? Cammy is going to get so that's going to be the play. Lots of breach now in position to win the map.
They've got the rotation. All the pressure on Optic Texas to now break in and break in instantly. Final hard point up. 30 on the play clock. 8 needed for Boston Breach, and they're trying to pop off with the Snoopy multi-kill. That might be the difference. Purge next up to take a swing at it. Nobody from Optic can get close. And Breach has got the ice late. You thought maybe Optic Texas were to pull a rabbit out of the hat, do something miraculous in the final moments, but despite the 40 plus out of Shotzi, not quite able to do it.
And I would have to go back and look at that. I'm not sure if someone's not blocking stage, if someone just got too far forward to fight around the hill, but that spawn opens up for Boston Breach. And that's really the map. It's just not the time you need to let that happen.
Well, it's tough because you're trying to win it on both fronts, right? If you're Optic, because you can't give up 9 seconds there or you lose the map. You're trying to hold spawns for stage as well.
Yeah, but you had 3-4 dead, right? I feel like someone should be blocking in that moment.
Yeah, with that many dead, you just have to. Maybe just a miscomm, or maybe just so worried about the remaining time you don't want to throw away the game there. Whatever.
هذا ايش اللي مسويه؟
The spawn comes in for Boston Breach. You're able to get set up and close it out there. You take a look at the overall slang. Yeah, a great map there out of Shotzi. 5,000 damage. I mean, you mostly got a sub in hand. Is just terrific out of him. Skies, maybe a rough one, but I feel like whoever's going to be in that slot for this Optic team is never going to be putting up stats, or someone has looked a real well-rounded effort, though, on the other side. Awakening, Giga, nearly 5K out of him, but a ton of lead changes, very back and forth, not a lot of separation. One that I thought might go to the play clock, but in with, what, 30 or so seconds on it. But man, a war there in the map one.
Yeah, I think the biggest moment as we had this back and forth battle was maybe that second P4 there for Breach, because you can see you get that 50-point lead for Optic from that P3. They had to respond at stage. They do. That keeps them in the game. And then the last set of hills was kind of all Boston. It felt like the Slaying then finally got going, just from a team aspect. Yeah. And on the Optic side, I just think like you had to be more efficient with their kills to turn it into objective time. But that's just props of Breach, because they always found that one kill to get the player off the objective.
Yeah, whether it was 3-4 dead, not turning into time, or 3-4 dead, not holding on the spawns like you needed to. A couple mistakes, but Awakening, he had some brilliant moments. I mean, whether it was like a 3 or 4 dead type scenario where he wipes out the entire team, he had some moments like that. You saw some moments of brilliance out of Snoopy as well. Purge, Kenny, I mean, honestly, all of them stepped up and had some big plays. I think Awakening was probably the biggest highlight, just because he started early and he was shooting throughout.
Yeah, this is when you see that biggest lead there for
صوته عالي مرة.
Boston spawned over here towards stage, and much better P5 from them to close out this set. Gives them that lead to close it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets close. We knew this was going to be a messy one, and that's really what it was.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it wasn't as messy as I thought it'd be, but still, yeah.
It was pretty.
It was. I mean, if you think about the one, I don't know, like we saw what FaZe in Seattle, or
Nice game.
Vancouver earlier, definitely a little bit cleaner. You saw, what, 2.5, 3 minutes, I think, still on the play clock. There's a lot more control in that one. This one, going the wire. Expected this to be a battle just because, listen, I know you talk about Breach, they have like a soft schedule, but it's just more to, Optic haven't looked great. They haven't. I mean, it was tough schedule or not, they have not looked
والله شات كلها.
surprised to see it maybe going this way. Where do you think is the biggest advantage for Breach? Coming in at 4-1, I know one win is a forfeit, but what game mode? Is it going to be a Surge, going to be Control?
I mean, probably the Control, considering they've been 5-0, right? You throw the Toronto game in there, and it's a bit of a question mark, but the fact is, that's where they have been laser focused, is the Control. It was 5-16 before coming into the stage.
Yeah,
they go 5-0. It was always their kryptonite.
No, we've had that talk so many times this year. Like, Hardpoint's been pretty good. Search has been pretty good sometimes.
They've been close, yeah.
If the Control gets there, I mean, this is a team that you think can make a run into like a top 4. Finally get that 5-0.
Okay.
We'll see. You know, one obviously comes with a forfeit. Not the toughest of schedules, but still, you get some Control wins. And yeah, from 5-16 to 10-16, a hell of a jump. But the squad seems to be all smiles right now after the map 1 ice up and victory. You see JP and Barlow out there chatting with the boys, trying to get them locked in. That's a tough one, and you know, they're probably believing they can bring it back. They've done several times this year, a couple skyline comebacks. Shotzi has a map, and he's been taking some flack, based on some of his plays that he's had over this qualifier. S&D though, maybe he had some of the hard point woes, but S&D has certainly turned around.
Yeah, I think him and Hooch, right? I mean, we even
ايه القط.
he got his kind of buddy back in the lineup. Just feels like he elevates that, but I think it hurts to lose that map one with the performance you got from him because he has had these missteps on land in respawn.
لحظة حسين ده ايري صعب 25 والله العظيم لا شيء.
The clutch god. He seems to always be a beast in search and destroy. You knew that the second he came into the league. That has been something that has continued for him. And yeah, where they have struggled a bit throughout the qualifier, I mean, it usually felt like he was shooting, trying to put maybe the team in the backpack a little bit. He's trying to get dialed back in. They need a big land performance out of him, and maybe it's here in the search and destroy map too, where he can give them a little bit of fire.
وتأخر ولو لحظة.
Offense for Breach.
لحظة.
We'll see where they look for their openings, but it's going to be a triple cat hit, and we go to war.
نايس.
The war is won by Breach. Suddenly all on Shotzi.
الله ججر.
That's just
يلا.
Chow, top cat.
ابو شكلكم يا وفتك اقسم بالله طاروا كلهم.
Because you 2-2 split that. Really what you're trying to do is the two top hall, top open side. You're just trying to trade so then your two players from this bomb site can hit through the hallway and be there to clean up the mess, but that is just not what happened. Breach were ready for it right from the get-go.
Where you just have those moments where like Awakening's had it or a super or a set.
Okay, nice والله.
Yeah, they line up 3 or even 4, just fry everybody, but that one kind of not as clean for one individual player, but certainly clean for Breach as they'll take that round 1. Now let's see, with Skies and Bomb in hand, on what they can do. Breach look to chow things top hall again from the other side of it. That round 1 is 18 seconds long, so it is a tough one. Shotzi trying to dance with Awakening, both take a lot of damage. Like, all right, we'll revisit this as Shotzi holds the corner. And they have numbers.
قط.
Boston team on this map sort of get out.
وين يا القط؟ شو الدخله الخايسه هذه؟ خلي الحظيره زي كذا.
Their early rounds. Then some adjustments are get made or they slow down.
When Awakening is last alive, we're in a man down scenario. He upgrades. She just does the search. He absolutely does.
هلا بالشباب. تشندو.
2 versus 3, now a 2-on-1. Can the clutch gods come away with it? 1v2, down to a 1 versus 1.
داشي لعبت كلات.
Dashy.
والله داشي. اوه نايس حرام. كيف ضاعت؟ والله العظيم حرام. حلوه من داشي والله. نايس موفمنت. نايس.
Very close, but yeah, just
I
don't know, keeps the crowd silent.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Don't let them build any momentum on this map.
That's one of those players, like, Dashy wants to square up. Another guy who wants to square up. Let's just take the gunfight. I'm not worried about the finesse. Let's square up and shoot. 3-0 start for Awakening, 2-0 start for Boston Breach. Let's see if we've got a square up here. Top halls again. We sure don't.
اطلع عليه.
Breach every round, by the way, have tried to.
No,
on both sides.
This is what Breach want.
والله العظيم شوت دي دخلتك. شلون يهو؟
And that's exactly what we have. All of a sudden, it's a 2 versus 2. There was a
نايس يا بيرج والله نايس 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 يا بيرج.
Now this might be another 1v1.
Yeah, these rounds
ابن اللعيبة.
similar despite being drastically different. And once again, you have those rounds felt so it's different players, slightly different scenarios, but still kind of the same exact result and almost same gunfight.
And you just have like, I mean, I don't know, Purge, Snoopy, Shotzi, who they have no problem just fighting through the middle of the map every single round.
Wow. All right. You blink and it's 3-0 advantage to Boston Breach. Now I'm kind of curious.
It's total game time. I mean,
yeah, total game time. We're at 2 minutes or something.
Yes.
Yeah. It can't be long. We'll see if Optic try to square up with him this time.
We're at 148.
والله راش صدق ترى.
That was close. All right, a little bit deeper around. Maybe we'll avoid halls for a little bit.
The hall is
here. Nice first blood though from Shotzi. You've got numbers, but can you actually hold on to them? Shotzi trying to take over. like he did in the map 1, but you've had back-to-back rounds that were 3 versus 2, and then they fell apart. Is it going to happen again? 3v2 for Optic, suddenly a 2 versus 2.
Yeah, just taking one too many fights. You finally get the numbers, or it finally slows
when
down.
things slow down, they just forget. Somebody forgets it's got to slow down.
Yeah, you just don't get follow-up there if you're Hook. Maybe he wants to keep going, but that's when it comes to the communication. You have to be on the same page. Just we're not right there.
No, I mean, it just feels like you've fixed a couple small mistakes. Optic Texture's in a pretty good spot within this map too. You've had numbers advantage. Outside of the map 1, you've had, or sorry, the round 1, you've had advantage. Can they clutch up though in this? 2 versus 2 now. Cammy Wake, Shotzzy, Skies.
This might actually work out for Awakening. He goes all the way back through spawn. I don't know if you're going to
مين
expect this if you're Skies. You absolutely are not.
يا اخي اقسم بالله انك تسوقها يا سكايز. يعني رايح كيف ما تطالع سبون. تبغى تطلع سبون كيف ما تطالع نافوره قدام. نايس كايم.
2v3, 2v3, 2v3. 3 straight rounds. And I know one of those was traded out kind of quickly, but they're all pretty.
No, right there was a dead stop, right? That like you just kind of stopped right there, but who?
I think you had that 2 rounds ago. The round before was pretty close, but those are tough ones. You talked about silencing the crowd, maybe clutching up with a 1v1. Yeah, there hasn't really been a peep since because it has been all breach. 4-0 advantage. We might have doubled our game time just in that round because that one finally took time.
الاغنيه ماسكه معي اقسم بالله انها خلاص في مخي.
Yeah, breach will just keep doing this. They will just keep fighting on different
ايوه.
sides of the map. You're going to get a challenge over towards A. The nade's going to connect from Cammy.
كان ايزي دبل كيل.
The call. They just
تم
see all the
سمتكس
info.
طلع له.
We're going to go playing towards B.
خير.
The aggression, get the info quickly, decisively, make choices off of that. Trophy in, plant in, retake now for Optic Texas.
الآن كلكم جايين من نفس المكان. طيب الراوند انتهى خلال 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 خلال 30 ثانية. ليش؟ لأن البوش خرا بكل بساطة. لأن البوش خرا. صح انه 1v1 يعني الجن فايت فازوا فيه اوبتيك بس بوش خرا. ما اعطيت نفسك فرصة ان انت تقفل الراوند بدري. يعني انت اخذت الجن فايت ولا بوشك خرا. ايش الدخل الخايسة هذه؟
Just like that, it is 5-0. Another 1 versus 1 going the breach way.
This is, yeah, it just feels like this is so close to being like a 3-2 favor of Optic.
Yeah, no, it is.
So close. But that is not the case. They're hoping to just get around at this point. Maybe they're thinking just get us to map 3. Holy hell. But breach, a round away from a 2-0 edge. This time they want taking balls. Hook is just going to go. He put shots between all 3 players, but not a lot of damage. Really done shots. He can't finish off one either. So for Cammy, bomb is going to be down. Top ball. Shotzzy's leaping out of windows, and the read is there from Awakening. 3v2 advantage to breach for what feels like the first time I've said that. What can they do with numbers?
Yeah, bomb is down as well. Skies get some rough timing here on that one player inside of shed. So you're going to recollect it, but you're just now grouping up.
انت الجيم والله
This moment, breach, they're going to give up the B bomb plant. Just play the retake with numbers.
لم يعلموا انك قاعد تفاعل.
Okay, so the bomb does get planted. Now the 3v2. There's the first pick on the dash sheet. Purge like, I'll sacrifice my body. Somebody's go ahead and trade that. Cammy able to trade it. He got the first blood. He got the
لعب الخرا هذا اوبتيك اللي تلعبونه. اقسم بالله لعب عشوائي بشكل.
And all the 1v1s go the way of Boston Breach. They're up 2-0. They're up 2-0 quickly.
And I just think he kind of played into Boston Breach's hand in Search and Destroy on Hacienda. If you watch any VOD, when they are flowing, they are literally just running down halls, right? You tried to like match it, and I get it. You have hooking shots in your team, but you never really tried to switch up the pace at all. Like you never tried to slow down, catch them on that. I feel like that's when sort of the comebacks start to happen versus Boston Breach.
I think we talked about that even like the beginning. I'm talking qualifier like 1 when we talk about Boston Breach and like how they like to play the map.
Yeah, so just no little change up there for Optic.
Or qualifier too, sorry.
It goes the way of a Breach. That's how they want to play.
No, it absolutely is, and they are up 2-0 quickly, and now we talk about the fact that they're 5 in control. A chance to take this, and it is a quick 3-0 for the Boston Breach boys. Des, break down what you've seen so far.
Alan,
stop it.
your team's down 2-0. How are we feeling right now?
Miserable.
What happened? 6-0 in the second game?
Did.
Well,
I gotta just throw a little bit of a quote into my duo J.
Just,
These guys are trying to play hero
keep
ball,
swimming,
man.
bro.
Like, why are we running in 3v2s trying to just take an extra kill away when we've got bomb sites?
They had, I
Like,
think, 4 3v2s.
it's unbelievably bad.
I
Real
also
bad.
chose Optic. I kind of feel the same way. Let's take a look at some of the highlights, though. If you're a Boston fan, you'll be smiling.
fist bump me in.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Let's just keep it a buck. Giga is popping takeover.
Whoa!
I mean, that map 1 was phenomenal performance. I mean, I think Optic kind of threw it away a little bit. We're back in the green room. Yeah, Optic had a huge opportunity. Shots just runs out, throws away spawns out on the flip, and then stage gets away from them, which that was the biggest hill of the whole map. I mean, on both the rotations, the stage was won on the side of Boston Breach, and now we get to this game 2 search and destroy. And man, it just came down to 1v1, like the first 3 rounds in a row. Optic just kept on losing. Mind you, they had 3v2s like 3 or 4 of the rounds.
And that's the issue, right? Like you put yourself a man up, and if you're gonna play the
6-0.
trade game,
شو
and
القرف
we're
هذا؟
just banging out middle hallways. If we're gonna play the trade game and you get the first blood, it is almost unacceptable to not close that out in your favor. I mean, they're 10th overall in the league right now when it comes to converting first opening duels. So I mean, not a lot of surprise there, but. That map 1, you're feeling that pain. You know, your search if your Optic hasn't been great, so you gotta lean on these respawns, and to lose that red card, which is probably one of your better opportunities. It's not looking great.
Optic's just like the easiest read in the game. Like you watch that search and destroy, and it's like, all right, we got kills. All right, we're gonna push through.
4-4-3-3 ايش كلها هذه؟
On top bedroom. We're gonna have one guy there. It's like
أعوذ بالله 3-0.
you clear on retakes, and that was happening so many times for Boston.
Alan, I was gloating through the first half of this game.
Same.
1. You saw Optic Texas. You saw Shotzzy. You look up at the numbers. Shotzzy's nearing a 40 bomb.
Yeah.
He gets that 40 bomb, but towards the end, it's Boston that walks away with the W. You outslay for the L. Where was Optic going wrong?
The numbers actually, I think, tell the tale here in terms of what's been happening to Optic this stage. They don't rotate well. They're really hanging on their ability to slay, whether that's from finding a rotation win and then holding successfully with good efficiency. But more in particular, I think they're like a top 3 team in break percentage this stage because, again, they're able to jump on through, find kills. But against a team like Boston who's rotating and holding well this stage, you're just not going to get away with
But
it.
Optic's like, I know this is blunt, but like, it's on rotation P3, first rotation. They're all just standing hedges. Like, there's no clear objective, and I think that's part of the reason why they never play red card.
Yeah.
Like, this was a legitimate, if you're not a fan, this was a gamble throwing this in the series, and just hoping Shots' takeover would be enough.
The stage seemed to be the kryptonite. Red card, though, is done, and we have a game 3 loading up. Al, is this the final game in the best of 5 tonight?
It might be. If that S&D was a little bit closer, I'd say maybe we're looking at a game 4, but we're going to need something special. I feel like, at least out of the SMGs, I think just Hooker, Shotzzy, somebody's got to get going, get the crowd behind
Well, Shotzzy
him.
was going.
He was going, yeah.
42
Maybe it's
wasn't
Hook
enough.
then. Yeah, 42 is not enough. Maybe it's got to be Hook.
No, we got to play good Call of Duty.
And as we take a look at this leaderboard, I was a little shocked to see this man, Awakening, down at number 6. I thought he would be at number 1. Instead, it's his teammate, Cammy. The ARs are frying in this
Silent
game mode.
killer,
Why is
what's up?
Boston so good at game 3s?
Well, they've just put in a ton of work in it, and you can see right here, this is the reason why. Like, the AR duo has been establishing pace, finding their kills, and specifically, we're headed into a vault. They were 2-0 on vault this split, right? A map that they weren't that great at. They put so much work there, and Cammy, in particular, the guy leading the way for them.
I have to tip my hat to the attack side of things. They went from like a horrible control team to they've won like 5 in a row now, and it's been through their attacks. Their attacks have gotten so much stronger this stage.
AR's
ترى
control,
السؤال-
subs run through it. It's control and
Simple
attack.
as
It's
that.
been really good.
Shift.
Hi.
Reverse sweep, right?
Nope.
ابي ريفيرس ويب يا رجال وقت النوم والله.
Just keep swimming, guys.
Maybe to Merc.
Nope.
Let's go to a game 5.
Listen, I would love to sell that dream. I already came in pouting about our quick 3-0 earlier today. I mean, I thought that was going to be the fastest of 3-0s to start today. I thought this one was going to be a 4 or 5 game series, 100%. But if this was the old Boston Breach when their control was ass, I would have felt that way. But it has improved as of late. You heard them talking about the 5-0, the improvements on the attack, and your ARs have been so strong in control. And when your AR is that strong, yeah, I think you said it perfectly of your shift. Like it gives freedom, it gives space to Snoopy and Purge, allow them to make plays. Here we go.
I mean, as good as I'm pretty sure I looked earlier, as good as their attack has been, I don't think they've lost a defensive round throughout this stage. I'm pretty sure they have a 100% defense win.
Are you making that up?
Maps. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not a Maven.
Yeah, I love to make up stats, Joe. You'll have to confirm that one now. Here we go. Optic gonna need to pull off the reverse sweep. Heartbreaking loss in the map.
الله
6-0 just stomped in the map.
قفلوا الجيم الخايس هذا.
Shotzzy had himself a map 1 respawn. Did he come up with something here? I mean, he might have been the reason they ended up flipping out though. Before that crucial stage hard point, despite the fact he drops 40 plus. Or will be Snoopy. That has the final laugh. Nice opening so far for Boston Breach as they get the first 2. They get bodies towards the objective.
الابيات من غير تغريده وسخه يا اخي. الله يسامحه. خش وقت النوم خش اخذوا الاي والحين بيروحون ياخذون البي وجي انتهى الجيم. البوتات شوف يتلقطون تلقيط تيم يا اخي تحسهم كانهم رايحين عرس ومغصوبين على العرس كذا. لما تاخذ واحد شباب كذا رايحين عرس ما يبغوا يروحون مغصوبين. او لعبت اوبتك مغصوبين يلعبون. خلص ايه بي behind you. والله ما هم دمج هيو كان باك كف. نايس يا داشي عاد supposed to be لعيب. نايس. والله احسهم يلعبون بدون نفس.
Not a massive life advantage, but due to that early start, you are still in a good position to at least find multiple takes on this B zone.
حلو توزيع اوبتيك بس ودخلوا ستكوا مع بعض بينهم الجيم. اوه ايش كل يا برج. نايس شوتزي والله لعيب. والله شوتزي رهاني الازلي في هالجيم الوسخه ذي.
Side, but as things slow down, they should start to find some more picks. And if you are Boston, just have to worry about those pinches. Not only is it going to be Shotzzy, it's also going to be this man. Now you get a 4 dead. The trap is set up. How do you get out of this?
Do you get out of this? So far, just pinned in. Skies, only 2 and 5, but trying to hunt. Unfortunately for him, the timing is not going to be there, but it kind of worked out for him. He spent so much time. They don't think he's here anymore. He'll try to battle around ammo as long as he can. Not going to be long. His head's going to be gone. Oh my God, 3 dead. Awakening with the shots.
جود باي يا اوبتيك. ستكوا معاه بس خلاص اوه ما حطوا تروفي الا ذي. خلاص جي انت والله انت
I mean, that is just all Awakening right there, though. He finds that first pick and immediately slides with the pistol chow to find the double. Gets 3 players onto the points. If that doesn't happen, if there's a trade, maybe that's a double, maybe Optic are in the clear, but Awakening gets them on. And then I thought maybe an Optic Van situation from all those time, all that time ago was going to happen again, but they stay alive.
The breach, control improvements, showing themselves down round 1.
They were trapped.
Yeah, no, trapped with down 5 lives or whatever it was. Not in the best position, and that's the thing about control, though.
اي تقطيع اي.
Can turn the tides. One huge multi-kill can be everything.
يا شوتزي والله اني احبك يا اخي كلاعب يعني بس الله بالخير يا اللعب.
offense, but Awakening has just been a straight shooter throughout the course of this. Been the best AR so far in this matchup. We'll see if he can keep it going into this round.
حلوة
Luke trying to be the super sub.
حلوة حلوة يا هيوك.
They push forward like a sledgehammer.
طيب يا هيوك تموت.
Yeah, now it's just a question though. You only have one on each point, right? So you're really not going to get much done. You're hoping to get a takeover towards B, so that's going to be Sky's. All the attention is on him. You don't really get any help elsewhere, so you still have a chance if you are Breach to retake the map.
We'll see if they're able to do just that. You see the defensive record supported what you were saying, Joe. 8-0. Out of box and Breach trying to.
شلون يا هيوك والله متفلت الوحش ها.
Optic put him to the test early in their first offensive attempt. Hook, a fantastic start here. Purge looking to get going. They win that offense, but him and Cammy, maybe a slow bit out of them. You already had that one tick done at B, though. Can you get the final two? Great transition kills out of Boston Breach, though, to alleviate some of the pressure as they work over towards B. Number 2 is going to be through on the route left. Shotzzy, does he get through?
Yeah, I mean, you just know it's Shotzzy, though, right? So Awakening's just watching the back door. He's been looking at this for about 5 seconds. That is just player comms. All right, who are we looking for? Shotzzy, somebody turn around. That is just simple. Great heads-up play there from Awakening.
Yeah. Don't allow him to get through. What a threat he can be when he's got the position, when he's got the routes, but don't let him get him. Uh-oh.
Hopefully that's our observer.
Hopefully just the observer. We'll find out in a second here.
I see the players not playing.
Okay.
So we'll figure that out.
Well.
عاش يا اسطى من معلمك الحركة دي.
What the deal is. I think it's the entire lobby we're being told for our producer, so it looks like we're going to be hopping back into this one. Well, 1-0 round advantage.